you've worked with a lot of huge celebrities. I know probably the biggest name that people will understand around the world, where they're ever listening to this, is Justin Bieber, I believe. Have you when you've been working with these people, my guess is that you've got to know them and you've got to understand their mindset, and they, they're, however you look at it, they're pretty unique individuals to have reached that level of success. Whether you agree with the type of success or not, they're pretty unique individuals. So what have you learned from watching and being in contact with people that have been extremely successful in certain areas as it relates to people trying to go after and be successful in whatever success means for them personally?
There's actually more similarities than differences. The struggles are similar. The differences might be a relentless ability to keep going. When you're dealing with someone who is looked at, sought after, adored, they tend to put more pressure on the expectations of execution than someone who doesn't have those things. There's no camera on them. We tend to light up when we know that we're adored. We tend to execute better, or hopefully better. Certain cases, it takes us a long time to land there, but we eventually land there. The similarities are just that, though. They want to be better. I don't care who you are, famous or not, wealthy or not. I think we all wake up with the intention, I want to have a better day today. And that's the most common thing.
Mm. In working with the rich and famous, how important is health, or again, your definition of health and wellness in their success? What part does that play, if anything, would you say?
It's everything. We want to sustain. How many of our celebrities have gone or have passed us? You look at someone like Robin Williams, he made the world laugh while he was sad the whole time. If he was healthy mentally, he wouldn't have taken his own life. You can think of so many other celebrities like that example. There's also a component, though, that people get to a stage in life like, okay, I have all these things. No matter where I go, I'm adored. People actually give me things. I already have things, but I'm given things. But the one thing I don't have is how much I love myself, or, because I've been distracted so much by the objects I have, it objectifies me. That mirror is a bitch. The fame is a crutch in certain cases. And one thing I've learned more than anything is that celebrities are still human beings, and they appreciate more than anything to be treated as such. But the health component is key. I'm working with, starting this week actually, with someone who is infamous, and he still has struggles. He's still going through things, right? And my job is to help not just navigate those struggles, but constantly bring him back to the sun, right? Stay bright, stay light, stay bright, stay light. And if I can do that, I'm doing my job. That means, listen, you're going to take, not only, your focus shouldn't be so much of taking care of everyone if you're not full. Let's focus on taking care of you, that when you do take care of everyone, and he does, it becomes natural and easy. It's not work anymore. It's just smooth. And that's what I want to create for him.
You've used a statement, and I may have got it a little bit wrong, but the essence is correct. Is you said something along the lines of change your habits, and your mind follows. So if we take exercise for an example, and you gave an interesting example of Robin Williams, where he was clearly not happy, even though he's making everyone else laugh. How do you see exercise in that as it relates to that statement? Is it a case of, look, your mind might not be there, but just get out, go for a walk, and your mind's going to sort of follow this? Does the exercise, in terms of, your mind's obviously got to be engaged to do that, but is it a case of trying to get that movement to assist with your mental health? Is that the sort of the trigger in some cases, would you say?
1000%. Listen, the magic is in the movement. If you start moving your body, guess what happens? You move your mind. You start to flow. You start to think clearer. But if the curtains are down, I'm in a dark room, I'm in my slump, I'm watching mindless TV, I'm not moving, I'm sitting down, What's going to happen? Misery loves company. I'm going to go to the hat cabinet. I'm going to grab some marshmallows and some chocolate, and I'm going to make my own little s'mores in each hand, like a dodo bird, right? If I do that, then I'm just weighted down. But what if I opened up the blinds and that light hit me, right? There's a scientific correlation between the neurons in our minds, or the cells in our minds, appreciating light in such a way that it gives those photo neurons give us that energetic, that pop, if you will, right? Just by the light alone entering our pupils, that lighting up your mind. That same energy is applied when you move. I remember my first season on The Biggest Loser. You have these contestants who were so worried about the camera being on them that they don't want to say certain things because they feel like if they say it, then the people at home that may have been their crutches would be offended. And once it got aired, they would offend someone, right? So they didn't do or say certain things that I know they needed to say in order to get past that threshold that got them here in the first place. But then when I tell them to raise it to treadmill to 10, and then when I tell them to take the speed from 3.0 to 5.8, when I tell them to go sprint for 30 seconds on an incline, and they do it, something happens physically where they're so empowered. The emotion that they've been struggling with surfaces. But it took that physical push in order for the emotional explosion to happen. Had that not happened, they would have practiced what they've been practicing and closing it up and hiding behind it, putting it behind their heart instead of bringing it to the front. But sometimes you got to move against inside to make the emotions come outside. It works every time.